Alright guys, welcome to a new video. Gonna talk about sales today and why you should immediately get into sales, especially if you're still young. Everyone can get into sales, but especially if you're in your 20s, you should consider doing a little bit of sales work. It will never harm you, it will only make you stronger and better. I can tell you this from experience. I had some sales experience before, did it like for 2 years, and this was the time where I developed extremely and I improved myself a lot in many areas of my life. This was one of the greatest times, I would say. Stopped. Since then, I was like doing whatever, and yeah, I wanted to solidify my skills a little bit more, and this is why I just got into sales again and got myself a job in a remote sales environment because my plan is to leave my country, Germany, where I live, move to somewhere warm, and work remote, work from my laptop, do my sales stuff, and this is why I got into this right away and wanted to knock it out of the park. Also, let me know what you think of this new type of presentation that we are using today. So, almost every successful person had some sort of sales experience. I'm saying almost because, like, of course, an athlete is not gonna have that much, the sales is not gonna have that much of an impact. But even there, you have the people who are really good at their sport, and you have the people who are really good at sales, at selling themselves. For example, and Conor McGregor, he's exemplary at his sport and also a great salesman. Great, he's great at selling himself and selling fights, and this is why he is one of the most successful athletes of all time. So you could argue sales will help you in succeed in every realm. So this is why it's so important. And if you think about it, think of any person you really enjoy, or really like, or you're really inspired by, and you're probably listening to them because they are selling you something. So think about it. Every successful person had some sort of sales experience, and this is why I urge you to do the same, to get that sales experience out of the way while you're still young and reap the benefits early, because benefits are incredible, and long you have a long life with sales skills which will make you incredibly, how should I put this? They will make your life a lot easier when you have sales experience. Almost everything you do will get easier because you put that hard stuff all the way first. So, what does it give you? What benefits? What do you learn when you do sales? You're, of course, the obvious one, you learn communication skills. If you're talking on the phone or on your computer with people all day long, or if even and even if you do if you do sales in person, it's even better. You're talking to people all day long, so you're of course gonna get better at talking if you do it like 10 times more than you usually do. Also, you have to have some special sort of communications because you learn a lot about sales technique and how to persuade people to do what you want to happen. You will gain a lot of confidence through sales. Uh, you will learn how to deal with rejection, and this goes hand in hand. If you know a rejection doesn't hurt you, your confidence will go up. Like I said, it's a lifelong ability. You will learn sales once. Of course, never nothing. You can do it for 20 years and still not be perfect. But if you did a solid 1 or 2 years of experience of sales, you will have an ability that will last you a lifetime and make everything you do a lot easier. And of course, it's good cash. It's hard and nobody wants to do it. So it's if you do it, you will be paid handsomely for it. And especially when you're young, when you're in the 20s and you make like 5K a month through some remote sales job, uh, it is pretty nice, and you can do a lot with that cash to make more money out of it. So you don't have to do it for everything, but you have to accept that sales plays an important role in any type of business, and that you don't even have to do sales actively after you had learned that experience. But no matter what you want to do after it, if you want to build a business, if you want to be an online creator, if you want to be a freelancer, for maybe you have a knack for photography or video editing, how are you going to sell your service of video editing to a creator if you don't know how to sell? If you know how to sell, you will get clients even easier. And if your work is good, you will keep the clients. So everything you do falls back to sales. So realize this, and this is why I'm saying get it out of the way when you're 20. If you have that solid sales experience, everything will get easier, no matter what you want to do in your life. With sales, you're going to make your, basically, if you think about it this way, if you have a passion, and it has nothing to do with sales, but sales allows you to do your passion and make money off it because you know how to sell it. And this way you will have a much more fulfillment in your life. Also, you will always have a fallback. It allows you to try out stuff, to start a business, fail at a business, invest some money somewhere, and maybe lose some money somewhere. It allows you a lot of stuff, to do a lot of stuff. And the worst thing that can happen to you is you fall back to a sales job where you know you can sell and make like 3-4K a month easily back. So you will always have that safe fallback in the back of your head. With everything you do, you know, okay, if this doesn't work out, I still can just get another sales job, make a few calls, make a few €1,000, and you're back on track again. So this gives you extreme confidence in everything you do as well. Approaching becomes easy. If you struggle with women, if you struggle in real life situations, in general, if you have like a problem with approaching people, approaching women, this will help you also. If you get rejected 200 times on the phone every single day, this one rejection more won't you won't even feel it anymore. So you know what I mean. Also, remote, if you do in remote sales jobs, it will give you freedom. Like I said, I want to leave my country. I want to work remote from somewhere else, just from my laptop. And with remote sales, you can do this. It will give you the freedom you desire and deserve. All right. But yeah, it has so many benefits. So I have to warn you, it is hard. And I'm not warning you to say, oh, maybe you shouldn't do it. No, especially because it's hard, you should do it. So it is hard. It sucks. I personally don't like to talk to people this much. I'm an introvert myself, but I understand the rules of the world, that if you want to achieve something, if you want to be successful, if you want to build a business, sales is like the baseline of everything. And you can either accept the rules how they are and play within those rules and win, or you can reject the rules and say, but I don't like to talk to people, I do it my own way, and lose. So you decide. But I wanted to tell you, it is hard, but especially because it's hard, it's so rewarding when you do it. It's like with everything else that is hard. If you train hard, you feel even better afterwards. So, and also being an introvert is not an excuse. I want to elaborate on that a little bit further. If anything, introverts are even better at sales than extroverts. Everyone thinks extroverts are better because they love talking to people, they get energized from talking to people, but talking is not what's gonna give you sales. It's actually the listening part that makes you a great salesman. People who are good at listening and identifying the needs of others are the ones who are the best people in sales, not the guys who just try to drown the guy in front of them with an incredible speech. Those are usually not the guys who are sell a lot. They are good at talking, but they are not good at listening. So an introvert is even better at sales. You just have to get over yourself. And if you're scared, that's totally fine. This is why you have to do it. Because do you really want to live your whole life missing out on so many opportunities because you're scared, because you're an introvert? But introverts can be just as social as other people. They just need to regenerate their energy a little bit differently. But when you're out with people, you should get the most of it, and sales will help you achieve this. Where to find sales jobs? Literally anywhere. They're everywhere. You can go in your local town, look for some sales job. If you're in a big city, you can go like just go into the store. This is how I got my one of my sales jobs. I just walked into the store and said, "Hey, you guys are looking for work," and bam, I got a sales job. Now I just wrote some companies, a few emails here and there, looked up in the internet remote sales jobs in Germany or wherever you live, and you have like thousands of companies looking for salespeople. One thing that is important about this whole thing is you have to be realistic about your sales skills. If you never done sales before, if you have no experience, don't expect to get a closer position right away. This is like everyone's talking about, yeah, you have to be a remote closer, and but to be a remote closer, you have to have some sales experience. You have to get the basics down first, and the basics you learn not while closing, you learn the basics while doing a little bit maybe less appreciated work, but this is also the work that will get you to the position where you can even think about becoming closer. So be realistic about your skills, and if you have struggled communicating with people, if you have struggled with getting rejected, then get this out of the way first. Start with something like cold calling or something like that. That's the most unappreciated type of sales, and it's very difficult, the most difficult in my for me personally, because I'm not a big communicator, but this one helps you a lot. So start with this. Don't be too proud for something like that, and think, yeah, I only want to be a closer. I only want to be closing like the big deals and make big commissions on one or two calls. Start with this shit. If you can't even do the basic shit, how are you? The people who are looking for closers won't even look at you. So, if you're a little bit better, if you have already a little bit experience, get into setting and work your way up until you have the experience and the skills necessary to be a closer. So, like I said, you can find those everywhere. Just Google it. There are a lot of companies. You can do cold approach. You can, if you have no problem with cold calling, just cold call a few companies and ask if they are looking for sales, if they have a sales position open, if they're looking for closers, setters, cold callers, whatever. Same with cold emails. You can take a spreadsheet, put in 30 companies that are selling some online coaching on YouTube, or they have a YouTube channel, they have a following, and they're selling some online coaching of some sort. You can pick any niche you want, and you will find you make a list with 30 companies, and then you just cold email them. At least two will answer, and at least one you will have a conversation with, even if not even more with. So try this out. Like I said, just Google it. You will find sales jobs everywhere, and get this 1 year of sales experience. Get 1 year of solid sales experience at least, and after that you will have everything necessary to become a closer, to be a freelancer that sells his service, to be a content creator who harnesses his newly found communication skills. You can do literally everything you want in this life, and you have sales to back you up. With that said, guys, get into sales while you're still young. I see you on the next vid. Tell me how you are, if you're fucking with this presentation type or not. I enjoy it. It's something different. And maybe we're gonna do it in the future more often. So see you guys. Bye.